You're welcome to the Cruising is Life podcast. Whether you're a seasoned cruiser or just starting out, we have something for everyone. So sit back, relax, and get ready to set sail with us on the Cruising is Life podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Cruising is Life podcast. We're back for our second week in a row. That's called a streak now. We're getting back into things. But we are joined by Justin, who will be cruising with me on the Utopia of the Seas. And then Dimitri could not be with us here tonight. He is busy with school. So somebody who is not busy with school is Tyler. He is here to hang out with us tonight, ask us all the questions for our upcoming cruise. Oh.
No, I'm not. Good to be back with the boys talking cruise. Am I muted? What the heck?
No, I forgot to change the
I can
audio
hear you.
setting.
You're just a little delayed on my end.
My bad, boys.
Oh, the chat says I'm muted.
Yeah, chat don't know.
We're good. We're good. We should be good now.
Hi, folks. We're back. Can we hear us? We 5x5.
Whoopsies.
Our technical producer, Mr. Brandon Barker.
Yeah. I was like,
A bum.
I got everything set up. I was like, I'm not going to forget that. I'm not going to forget that because I do it all the time. And sure enough, I did.
Anyway, where
Anyways.
were we? Oh, I am very busy with school, so that's a misunderstatement here.
Yes.
Dimitri will be back eventually, but I am
Eventually.
here in the meantime as a fill-in guest. I'm back. I know a lot of
Yes.
people missed my presence on the podcast, so it's good to return with the boys.
Yeah, it's been a while.
This
since
is
we've been here.
true. We missed you.
Missed y'all as well.
But anyways, as I mentioned, Justin and I are sailing on Utopia of the Seas this weekend. Very, very excited. So, again, Tyler is here just to ask us all of the questions about our upcoming cruise, what we plan on doing, things like that. So take it away, Tyler.
All right, so folks, you guys are going on the Utopia of the Seas. First question here, Utopia of the Seas only does 2 runs. Are you guys on the 4 or the 3-night cruise?
We're on the 3.
Okay, so the weekend adventure cruise.
Yes.
First question here, we're getting into it. Cruising to the port. Have you guys done Utopia on this run before? I think Brandon, you did it before. Justin, have you
did.
done this shorter run or not?
I have not done it on Utopia, but I did do it on Allure when we all went together.
Yes.
So same class of ship, just not the newer version of it.
Yes, I did Utopia back in August of last year, so it's literally been about a year and a month or so since. Actually, it's funny, this weekend that we're going is like literally 1 year from when we sailed on Glory last year, like to the day.
It is.
almost,
I've been
so-
getting the memories from that.
Yeah, it's funny. Well, I've got half of them. The other half was when my phone was not operational because I left my charger on in the car.
He literally goes, I left my charger in the car within like 10 minutes of boarding. I go, dude, just go get your charger real quick. He goes, I don't want to get off the ship. What do you mean?
And
Just
this
4
guy,
minutes?
this guy, jeez. Again, back to the short cruises. This is kind of an interesting thing, right? Prior to Utopia kind of starting up, I guess you say the Allure of the Seas, right? Again, we sailed that together as a group back in November of last year. No, last year, 2 years
Fantastic.
ago. Jeez.
It's been almost 2 years now.
Crazy.
Jeez, time flies. But it's kind of unusual, I guess, at this time for a ship of this massive. I mean, now it's kind of every day. But do you think that this Oasis class is kind of optimized for faster turnarounds and high passenger output now that they're kind of getting in the swing of things with Utopia? Is this something that, y'all are worried about, that there's going to be a lot of people on a 3-night cruise? I mean, y'all have done the Allure, so probably not. But is this a thing in the back of your head?
In terms of, I guess, turnaround, I don't think it has to do anything particular with this ship. I think any of the Royal Caribbean ships are capable of doing it. I think they're at the point now where they want to get the ships out earlier to maximize profits with the casino and stuff like that. Because when previous years I've done Oasis and Allure back, way back in the day, we'd leave at 5 o'clock. That's what it was. People assume that and whatnot. So I don't think it has to do with the ship, because can't see much difference between, in terms of turnaround time with Utopia, Oasis, Allure, Harmony, whatever it is. So I think it's just something where they were always capable of doing it, and they're just implementing it now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That makes a lot of sense, right? Yeah, go for it, Brandon.
To what you meant, like the optimization of it, though. I mean, they did kind of build this maybe not from scratch completely with the intent, but during the construction, they knew that they were going to put this on the 3 and 4 night cruises. So I feel like they did set certain places up and certain venues up that are a little bit more well suited for something like that.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer that Utopia is not going to live on these 3 and 4 nights forever. I think she will go to 7 nights wherever that may end up being, whether that's, whether Harmony leaves when she comes into Canaveral in a year or two, she spends a year and then leaves and Utopia takes over for something else or whatever that may end up being. But I think the ship is definitely more optimized with that in mind. I mean, there's not even a Broadway show on the ship, which that's typically one of the big headliners of the ship is like, hey, we've got this big brand new ship coming out. Like with Symphony, it was Hairspray, and I always forget what Wonders was, but it was Wizard of Oz.
Allure had Mamma Mia, and
right.
Oasis has Cats. Right, they all had an individual Broadway show.
Right, so not even giving us a Broadway show on that ship or on Utopia kind of showed that we've got a lot going on in a short amount of time. So let's cut a few things where we can. That way people can at least try to get everything within 3 days.
Right, and I agree with you in terms of Utopia not staying on the weekend, 3-4 night cruises. I think eventually, considering Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Port Canaveral will at least eventually have an Icon class ship running the week-long cruises, I think she will eventually supplement that, what do you want to call it, that secondary 7-night from any of whatever port it happens to be. They will supplement Utopia to be one of those second 7-night cruises for sure.
Right. And it seems like this is kind of more coming off topic of Utopia itself, but I think the future Oasis class ships is, I think they're going to do exactly what they did with Utopia. And so, eventually I feel like 7 and I'm assuming 8 will eventually replace Wonder and Utopia and what they're doing now, and then they'll go off and do their own things later on, wherever they send Wonder, and then whatever they do with Utopia.
For sure. I agree.
Good deal.
Especially with Icons coming out and all that. It's like, those are taking the 7 nights. Those are the big holy grail.
Yeah, those will definitely not be on weekend cruises anytime soon. Not even within the next 5 years.
No.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, the fact, right? I mean, people thought Oasis class going into weekend cruises was a crazy concept, and now it's pretty normal. You got
love it, though.
Wonder sailing that.
At least personally, I still think it is. It's crazy to think that.
It's a love.
I agree, Brandon. It's a love-hate.
Because I do my news stuff here, but I also do a lot of news on TikTok, especially because it's just so much shorter intervals and all of that. But on TikTok, every time I mention a big ship like the Oasis or Mardi Gras going to these shorter itineraries, a lot of people are very vocal in my comments, like, "Oh, these way too much ship, not enough time. I want to go on this ship, but it's not worth me going." Blah 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 blah. And I 100% agree. The only thing, the only reason that it's really good for us is just because we live an hour from the port. Right. I'm back in time for work on Monday.
Right, and even when when Oasis and Allure first came out, 2010, 11, 12, whatever it was, we'd get together, family events, my family friends would have events and stuff, we'd get together and I would always talk about it. It was always like, look, the Oasis class is great, and even within a week-long cruise, you don't have enough time to do everything.
No.
And now it's like, that was 7 nights, back in the day when they were strictly on 7 nights, Eastern, Western. Now they're running 3-4 night. I mean, Oasis just did a 2-night cruise last week.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad idea. I mean, the ships are great. Any big ship like that does weekend cruises is fantastic. You have the opportunity to go, be back in time for work, whatever it is. But at some point, the ships are getting too big that it's like, do you really need it on the weekend cruises? At some point, you should dedicate certain ships to 7-night or longer, or the 6 and 8s, whatever you want to call it. And then anything else, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 night, whatever you want to call it. At some point it gets to the point where it's like, okay, the ship is great. Yeah, I'm glad I can go on it for the weekend, but like, do I really have enough time to do everything? No, you don't. And even with Utopia, it's like, I'm so excited to go for the weekend because I have the opportunity to go for a few nights. But like, I feel like there's so much to do. Like, I'm so overwhelmed.
You're filling up an Oasis class twice a week now versus once a week, and you're probably making more money, on the books type of thing. But like you mentioned, like they're so big now. Am I upset that there's an Oasis class on these 3 and 4 nights? No, I love it because it gives opportunities like this because I get to go on Utopia, the newest one, for the weekend. Heck yeah, But at the same time, I definitely feel like the best ships for these weekend cruises right now, at least, back when they came out, not really, but right now, I think the Freedom class ships are the perfect ones for these 3 and 4 night cruises. Yes, and this might be an unpopular position to take because I know they build a class, however many they put in the class, they move on. I think I think they should build a smaller class, whatever they want to do. But I think they need to go back to some of the classes they already have, like Voyager or Freedom class, and maybe build 1 or 2 more to have more variety and more opportunities to do things like that. Like, think about it, Freedom class, you only have 3 of them, and most of them are doing weekend cruises during the winter season.
Project Discovery.
Right. So, like, Project Discovery, I think, is going to be great. They need a smaller class of ship to do whatever it is. Whether it fits into a port like Tampa or Baltimore is up in the air. Who knows? But I think they need to go smaller. But I think sometimes they overthink it. And I think building another Freedom class, another Voyager class would be in their best interest. Especially a Freedom class. I think if they build 1 or 2 more Freedom class and just...
They were supposed to.
Modernize it, whatever you want to call it, added more outlets in the rooms or maybe infinite balconies or whatever it is. I think that would really do well for their cruise line just to put ship. Because think about it. What is Indy doing? She's doing like exotic Norway and European cruises right now. Think about if you had like 4 or 5 of them. Like, you would have so much opportunity with that.
Yeah. Indy's done that a lot. Like, over her lifespan.
She has, agreed. I think Liberty's taking her place next year.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Right, that's kind of what those ships do. I mean, it's interesting, right? That's kind of like the whole point of like the Voyager class, right? It was kind of meant to go everywhere. Now, back when it first came out, of course, it couldn't go everywhere. But nowadays, it's kind of like the go everywhere ship, especially the Voyager. Isn't the Voyager now in the Mediterranean again? I think she's going back to the West Coast. So again, travels around.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, so that's my take on it. I want the smaller, whatever their version of smaller is, but there's nothing wrong with going back to a class that's been out for 10, 15 years and adding another one. Just modernize it. I think it would be great. I think it would, with the way the ships do, they say, our Voyager class does so well, our Freedom class does so well. Why not add another 1 or 2 to each class? What's the big deal?
It's definitely less R&D, like research development, all that. Like, it's definitely cheaper. It's cheaper in that sense, but at the same time, you do want something new.
That's true.
I do see both sides because I do think the Oasis class is what got me started into cruising. I love the Oasis class to death. I think they're one of the best ships out there. The only thing that ever has even come close to it is the Icon class, and that's only because I feel like it's like a 2.0 version of it now.
It is. And just me being on Star for 4 hours or whatever it was, I 1,000% agree. It's crazy.
But we have 6 currently, but we're gonna have 7 with the potential of 8. I keep saying 8 because I know they've done all the Oasis class in pairs, so it wouldn't make sense just to do 7. You can't end on an odd number like that after you've done
Not
pairs.
At this point.
Right. So I'm assuming 8, so that's why I say 8. But do we need 8 Oasis class ships? Not really. Am I complaining?
Well,
no, not necessarily, but I think 8 is kind of too many of anything.
But this brings up the point, right?
But they're already building the 4th Icon ship, so it's like, what's their limit, in terms of ships like that?
Right. There's going to be, when there's options for 5 and 6, when there's an option for a ship, it's very rare that they don't execute the options. You got to really piss off the cruise line.
Right.
The shipyard's
For
got to really,
sure.
for the instance, Princess, you got to really piss off the cruise line in order for them to not go through with your options. This is why we aren't seeing a third and fourth sphere class
That
with
is
Princess.
Right. Even with Norwegian, with Epic, it was the same way.
Right. They're like, no, thank you. We're going to pass on this, but. And that
We got a lot of
even with
questions
Epic,
rolling
yeah.
in. We'll get to in a minute.
But yeah, we need to get
got a lot
back
of
on
questions coming
actual
in.
topic of the
Yes,
our,
we'll get
our
back on
actual
topic here. We
cruise.
have those questions coming in. If you guys got any questions about specifically Utopia of the Seas, put those in the chat. We'll get to those right away. But we have other questions in the chat, which we'll get to around the end of the show here, kind of do a rapid fire, if you will, with Justin and Brandon. We got a lot of great non-subject related questions here. But let's talk back. Let's go to Port Canaveral. You guys park on site, right? You guys don't take parking off site. So you're at the cruise terminal parking, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Yeah.
when you park, you get on board. It's about 20, 40 minutes. Good range, anywhere from that, depending on how the time happens. When do you guys usually get to the terminal? You guys get into the terminal right at 09, or you guys get in there 1 o'clock, like unfortunately me sometimes, which is not great. Don't get there that late, folks. It's not great.
We have a 11:30 boarding time. And this kind of throws a wrench into things because Nintendo announced they're doing like an hour-long presentation at like 9 a.m. So we might be hitting the road like right at 10 as soon as it's done. But
No.
We'll see.
On your phone.
No. Brandon might be hitting the road at that time. I'll be on my way at that point.
It's gonna be interesting because the parking garage there, it's got that really big incline, and they put the parking right at the top of it, so there's traffic that always backs up on that incline. And I drive stick shift, so my clutch is gonna be roasted.
It's gonna be rolling back down the hill.
I'm gonna be roasting my clutch the whole time.
I'll be standing in the back of the car pushing up the ramp.
Might as well. Putting that hill assist to work.
If you even get into the parking garage, it could be filled up because of the Star of the Seas.
I was gonna say the last couple
That's
times
true.
I've cruised out of there, I haven't even parked inside the parking garage anyways. So
yeah, we might end up in one of those surface lots, whether it's right in front of the terminal or off to like the west side, whatever, on the other side of that street, whatever it's called. So
yeah, I honestly don't mind. I don't really care either way. I like being in a parking garage because I like my car being inside, but at the same time, like it's really no different.
It's whatever at that point. We're not going to be surprised by it being shut down, the garage being closed if it is.
Right.
So we're getting on the ship now. We're boarded. Got a question in the chat. Kind of relates to where I wanted to head. Food and drinks. First question, big important question. BK Cruises asks in the chat,
Oop.
The boys have the drink package. Do we have the magical drink? By the way, before we get to the answer, Royal Caribbean is testing out a refreshment package with 10 drinks. Interesting piece of news this past week, but
10 drinks.
Screw the refreshment package. We have the drink package.
Add it, boys. The boys are drinking.
Coop, we are getting... I'll be PG with this with the chat over here, but you know what we're gonna do, right. Coop. You know.
Let's just say Utopia is not ready for the boys.
They are not ready for this freshly employed man over here.
I'm excited for Pesky Parrot.
Yes. Ooh, we have to. Where is that, on the promenade, right?
Yes, it's where the Bionic Bar used to be.
Ooh, fantastic. Maybe we can stop by there on the way to the buffet.
Honestly,
it is on the way to that aft elevator bank.
Yes. The pain chiller on Star, which there's the lime and coconut bar at the top on Star, has like all the slushy drinks out of Pesky Parrot, and they had the pain chiller there, and that was like the best one on Star. So that one's in Pesky Parrot, so I'm excited for that.
Okay, so then this might be a dumb question. I honestly don't know the answer. But does Utopia have the destination elevators or regular elevators? It does. Okay, that's good. Because in the brief period I was on Star, I thought it was fantastic.
Yes, I do think they work a little bit better on Icon because it's the way they set up their lobbies, or the elevator lobbies, it's a big circle rather than the two sides, So I do think,
for sure.
Because like in the Icon class elevator lobbies, you can be on one side and click it, and then your elevator's on the complete other side. Whereas here, you've got your 6, and then you have to go all the way across, press the button on the other side, and get the other 6. So, you know,
right. So it's
a little bit
like
more open
the other
concept.
Oasis
It
class
works.
ship's design, but it has the different operations. You know, so I
Right.
get that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely better set up for the Icon class, but yes, it does work relatively well though.
Okay, so they do
I
have it. Okay.
beg to differ on that one. I personally not a big fan of the smart elevators on Utopia. I personally rather click the button. I think it'd be faster.
Yeah.
I've never had maybe twice. I've been on Utopia about 3 to 4 times now. I've never had a straight shot up. So, do they really save time? No.
If you want,
I agree with that. I agree with that because when I toured Star, I guess later in the day when more people were on board, I did notice that we were stopping at several different floors.
Mhm.
But when I did a lore before we all went, when I did the 8 night with my family, I mean, we would sit in the elevator bank for like 10 minutes watching the elevators go past us.
Mhm.
And some of them would be empty.
Mhm.
It's like we're on deck, whatever, let's say deck 8, and we were trying to go up. We would watch the elevator go past us going up with no one on it. It's like it was such a nuisance.
Mhm.
So I'd be interested to see how it is on Star or on Utopia, you know, on an actual cruise.
Yeah, but if you want to see a bad destination elevator, MSC Seascape, shout out to you. They
Interesting.
It's funny. It's funny because like with MSC, they have the destination elevators, but when you press the button, it says, "Oh, elevator arriving in 10 seconds or 1 minute." If you get 1 minute, you might as well start walking because it's not coming for at least 15. You know, if your elevator is arriving in 10 seconds, you're probably going to be waiting there 2 to 3 minutes. It's brutal.
That's
brutal.
crazy because
Yeah.
And
when we did
second,
Venezia,
Italian
they
time.
had the destination ones and they weren't terrible. I
They
thought it
weren't
was
that
pretty
bad,
good.
No.
Yeah, they were pretty good on Venezia.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I honestly, like, I don't care much. I don't like to use the elevators in the first place. I don't really care for them. I like to always take the stairs. But they were pretty rough on Seascape.
We'll see about the stairs when we go on Utopia, you know. We'll see.
We're gonna get you into the suit for your little wedding now that you got coming up.
You're right. The wedding has been confirmed. I'm employed now.
Oh,
I
it's back on the schedule. Oh, heck yeah.
The next steps email. So
We gotta get you to fit in your little suit.
That's
yeah,
right.
for those of you not watching, for those of you who have been watching for a while, I've been unemployed for almost a year. I'm employed now. I'm working for a company. I don't want to say the name of it in case they want to fire me, but I'm employed now. So I'm actually getting married. It's crazy.
Let's just say he is back working again.
I am back, baby. Me and Pookie Cruise.
Got a question here from the captain, Captain Zach. He asks, never been on Utopia, but I don't like specialty restaurants that resemble a train car. The whole atmosphere is beyond the typical cruising specialty restaurants. What's your guys' thoughts? Are you guys going to the Runaway Railway? I think it's the name of the restaurant. Runaway.
I'll let Brandon answer that because he's been on it before. I haven't, so I'll let him answer that.
So I haven't done that before, but I did look at it because I was like, oh, that might be kind of cool just to at least look at. It's $120 per person for that. No, thank you. I'd rather do a Zoomy. But
hey, I mean, if you want to, I'm totally down.
But you know, I've heard it. You know, oh, you want to do a Zoomy? Is that what you're saying?
Let's talk.
I
after
just
this.
spent $1,000 in new suspension on my card. No. No more spending money. Thank you, Dimitri, for that, by the way.
Or $60 hibachi. I mean, come on.
Thank you, Dimitri, for peer pressuring me into that, by the way.
Bad, Dimitri. Bad.
But no, but yeah, it's $120 per person for Runaway Railway. Is that what it's called? No, that's the Disney ride.
Yes, no, it's just like the
Runaway Railway. that is the Disney ride.
The Hollywood Studios ride.
Yes. But the railway dining option on Utopia is very expensive. It's about $120 per person. I have heard it. Some people get motion sick by it. Some people don't. But it seems quite expensive. And they've got people like running. Yeah, they got people running up and down the little aisles and stuff like that too. Which cool that you get a little show with it, but at the same time, it's like you're trying to eat. So I don't know.
I think the
It'd be
only
cool to try.
Food.
I think the only specialty, if you want to call it that, is playmakers. We'll probably do that the first night. That's more of just like a tradition we do on every Royal cruise that has it. Other than that, like Italian, hibachi, steak, whatever, I don't think we're going to do anything like that.
And it's versus USF that night. Or no, I think it's Saturday night. But we will definitely be in playmakers for that.
Go Bulls, baby! Go Bulls!
Go Canes!
Here you go.
Boo!
Seeing you're from South Florida, I'm surprised you don't like the Canes. Other than the fact that like your dad went to UF, like that's the only reason I'm not surprised.
It's because my dad went to UF and then I ended up going to USF. So
Right, exactly. If it weren't for that,
screw UM. Even though basically all my friends went there for law school, but
Literally.
forget them. Go Bulls!
Anyways,
That is too funny, folks. So we're now, we're on board. We're enjoying a good time here. Next question here. Sail away. Brandon's been on Utopia before. Where is the sail away spot? There ain't much really to see. Of course, there's all that glass. And where are you watching it from?
it's a good question. Honestly, I haven't really scoped out a spot that I can really think of, but that's honestly my only thing against the Utopia is just all the tall glass. You've got to be like 6'7" to see over it.
And
so.
we usually watch it from like the bridge wing or something like that, but Utopia doesn't have that. So either like midship on the pool deck, but again, what Brandon says with the high glass, who knows? So maybe up on 16-ish by the Flow Riders and Ultimate Abyss.
Yeah.
Or
it's
like down
slightly
on
lower
5. There. Yeah, or on like 5 where the track is, or 4, whatever it is.
Right.
But from what Brandon has said, I don't know. I'm a little worried about it, especially going into the other ports. I'm a little concerned about it.
That's why I'm excited you're coming with me this time, because you're usually better at scoping out spots. I was with my family last time, and so I was just there to kind of, I was able to find decent, like semi-decent spots, but at the same time, like you're usually a lot better with finding a spot than I am.
Yeah, so let's take, instead of, obviously we'll go around on Friday and do our thing, but I'll be on the lookout for certain spots and we'll see. Yeah. I mean, I've seen your ship tour, I've seen other ship tours, so it's far and few between, but we'll find something. We'll find something for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Even if it's it's not on the right side of the ship because of the way the ship docks, but even like on the port side, in that where the that hot tub should be, and they have the bar there. I mean, it still kind of sticks out, Mm-hmm. So like, I know the glass is tall, but that's an option if
right.
It comes to that.
Right. I do see a question about rooms though, so that'll be our next one. By the way, I want to hit that.
I will say this comment about where to watch sail away from. I always watch it the lifeboat decks where they do embark from. There's a gap that I usually will watch from there. You are obstructed,
and that's not terrible. It really isn't a terrible spot because I've caught you a few times in that area, Tyler, on YouTube.
That's where I watch it from. And it's great too. If there's a ship passing, you go walk over to the port side. Usually she docks starboard side too.
Right.
So, question though. We got a question here. What is the best room for less movement? I believe that is the question Brandon was alluding to.
Yes.
So I'll
answer.
Start with it, Brandon.
So yes, we'll answer that question, and then I want to get into our room itself. But if you're looking for the best room on any cruise ship for the least amount of movement, you're gonna look right in the dead center of the ship. Probably going to want an inside cabin, the ones that aren't on the outside with a balcony or a window. You're going to have the one without the window right in the middle of the ship. And you're also going to be looking, for example, if it's 20 decks tall, like in this case, or like on the Oasis, you're probably going to be looking like deck 8 or 9 right in the center of the ship and on an inside cabin. Like those are going to be the ones that move around the least amount because you're right in the center of it. You're not going to get the forward movement of the bow going up and down. You're not going to get the jittering of the back of the ship. The top, you're going to feel kind of the swaying a little bit more. Like right middle of the ship is pretty much where you're not going to get any movement at all.
And it also depends. I'll let you continue, Brandon, but it also depends on the time of year you go. Like we're going in 2 days, like it's September. You're not going to have a lot of motion this time of year. It's just the way the trade winds move and the currents. It's very smooth out in the Caribbean. If
Unless
you go
there's
in
a hurricane ripping through.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, it's a different story.
It is hurricane season.
But if you go like in December or January,
it's rough.
You know, even if you have that kind of cabin that Brandon explained, you're still gonna feel it. You know, it's just the way the ocean is. But generally speaking, yes, if you're about midship, mid-deck, whatever you want to call it, you'll be okay because the way the ship rolls and rocks, that middle part of the ship is usually pretty stable.
Mm-hmm. And with these Oasis class, and especially Icon, it's funny, like when we were on Star, you know, Hurricane Aaron was right out there. And we didn't feel the ship moving much at all. Like we didn't feel it rocking or moving up and down or anything like that. Literally the last day when the swells got to get really large as the storm got closer to the US, that's when we finally all looked at each other. We're like, oh, yeah, we actually are on a ship. Like, haven't felt it moving at all. Like, until the swells got to almost like 10 feet or however big they were. I mean, they were started to get pretty large swells, and we finally felt the ship kind of like just lightly rocking. And I was like,
right.
That was pretty rough seas. So.
Ocean in the ocean.
Oh my gosh, you're creeping me out with that, man.
Hello?
But yeah, these larger Oasis class and Icon class ships, you know, you don't really feel the movement nearly as much as you would on something like Rhapsody of the Seas. That's like, you know, a third of the size.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. But to get to the room that we actually have on board, it is not at a prime location for that. We are all the way forward on deck number 7. I believe. 7. It's either 7 or 10. 7? Okay.
7.
So we actually have a window cabin, which is interesting for deck number 7. But if you've ever looked at the front of the Oasis class ships, where the balconies end, there's a couple windows right in front of them as they lead and kind of wrap around to the front. We have the first one as the balconies stop on the port side, which is very interesting.
Yeah. Very interesting. I never even thought about those rooms before. It's literally, if you start from the front of the ship, there's like 6 or 7 window cabins with little portholes, and then all the balconies start. And we're like that last room before the balconies start. It's very interesting.
When I saw that we had an ocean view on deck 7, I about started screaming because I thought we had one of the ones that face out the front.
Oh, I wish. That'd be sweet.
I literally saw ocean view deck 7. That's all I saw. And like before I even looked at the deck plans, I texted Justin. I go, dude. And then I looked. I was like, darn, but that's still pretty cool. I was like, darn, that's still pretty cool though.
So yeah, we have a window cabin on deck 7 up at the front. So
I haven't
this time of year, I don't expect too much motion, but you never know.
I haven't had an actual window cabin, and I don't know the last time I did have one. It's always either been inside or balcony.
And same with me. I've always had a balcony, except for Harmony. We had one of those. I guess it's considered an interior room, but we had the virtual balcony. So we still had that, like, I guess you want to call it outside view, whatever you want to call it. But it was pretty cool. That virtual balcony was really nice.
Yeah, I've always wanted to try one of those out.
It's nice. It was. It really was. It was. I mean, you could tell it's a virtual balcony, but you still get that, like, the light from outside. Like if you close the curtains, you still get kind of that light around it. And that's how I noticed when we left Miami. That's how I noticed Adventure was passing us from Fort Lauderdale. Because I was looking out the screen in our room,
nice.
And I was like, oh my God, it's Adventure. So I ran upstairs to get some food. Rachel's like, oh, look at that ship. I'm like, oh my God.
That's awesome.
So they're nice. The virtual balconies are very nice if you're looking for a cheaper alternative to a balcony, I guess, or outside, window cabin.
Yes. And it was kind of mentioned during our explanation here in a second, but I do see it. When are we going on this cruise? We are sailing this weekend. So 2 days from now, we'll be sitting on board.
On Friday. Yep.
Yes. So 2 days from now, we'll probably be sitting in Playmakers, having ourselves a little brewski and some chicken tendies and a burger.
We will be 100% having a little, you know what.
All right. Now that sounds like a good time
Yeah,
on
I'm very
board.
excited.
Yes, me
So
too.
this cruise, are you guys going to, I assume, Coco and Nassau? Are you guys skipping one of them? I was on Utopia back to back. Well, not back to back. Two cruises on Utopia. They both skipped a port. One we skipped Coco, one we skipped Nassau. So you guys are going to both?
So I'm surprised you guys skipped Coco. That's interesting. Usually they'll skip Nassau, but our particular cruise, we're doing Saturday in Nassau and Sunday in Coco. We're doing both.
I honestly, especially because I did both last time I was on Utopia, I wish we would have gotten like a sea day this time around instead of Nassau, but I'll take it. Like I'll still probably do my ship tour and all that stuff while we're in Nassau anyways. And the lineup
Nassau
in
will
Nassau
be
is
our
not.
sea day.
Yeah, Nassau is usually our sea day. We should do actually do the water slides this time. We should. I mean, kind of
I'm
like
down. I'll pack a bathing suit.
what Dimitri and I did on Seascape is we watched everything come in. We got straight off the ship. Or I think we had breakfast and went straight off the ship. And then as we got off the ship, we literally just walked down the pier, took our photos, and just turned right back around. Got back on the ship. That's when I did my tour. And then once I finished the tour, him and I did like the water slides and all that.
I assume that's what we'll do on Utopia, honestly. I wasn't planning on anything else.
Very nice.
Yes, I do want to do the water slides because I did them on Oasis when me and Rachel went, but I never did them on Harmony. So I do want to do them.
I did them on Symphony. I didn't like them on Symphony because the blue and yellow one, they're pitch black in there. It kind of freaked me out. It kind of freaked me out. But these ones have transparent parts, which is probably, well, now after seeing what happened on Icon, might not be. It might not be a good. I might prefer the pitch black.
I might be over the weight limit.
Yeah. But yeah.
So yeah, we should do that. We should do everything. We should even try and do the flow rider. You know, why not, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's like our
stand up surfing. Stand up surfing. I want to see it on video, 4K, even 8K if you got that.
I'm pretty good at it. I'll show you something.
The funny thing about the Icon, well, that's not funny, but it was when I was on Star. Me, Coop, and Caleb, we were all heading up to do the water slides and everything like that. We grabbed our mats and we were walking up to it was the same line as the one for the orange slide that had the incident. But I looked at the guy, I go, "Can I go on that one?" And he just like started laughing. He goes, "You know why it's closed." And I go, "You're right."
Yeah.
You're right. I just wanted to see if you'd say it.
Right.
Sir, you can't go on it because it deteriorated on the sister ship. What a story that was. Jeez.
That was a crazy video.
It really was.
I thought originally when I watched the video, truth be told, I thought the guy went like straight through it, but
I thought
that's what they made it seem like. For real.
Yeah,
that's literally what they made it seem like.
Yeah, but no, he just kept going and
yeah.
Crazy times, man. Crazy times.
Yeah. Anyway,
you said Coco, you guys are planning to stay on the ship, get off a little bit, do a little filming, and then get back on board, or are we going to the water park? What's the plan?
We are actually going to Hideaway this time. We got a good deal. Get those pre-cruise deals from the app. They came in clutch on Star. They came in clutch this time around here on Utopia. We only paid I think it was $45 a piece, which was, borderline, but $45
crazy.
That's fine. But usually it's $90 to $100.
Yeah.
So get those pre-cruise deals.
And that's close to what we paid on Liberty when we all went, right? That was pretty close to.
I think we paid $29.99 or $30.
I mean, that's ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, like you said, it's usually $100, give or take. So we got a good deal on it for sure.
Yeah,
and that's
why we did it.
I mean, I know we're on the bigger ship, but Adventure will be there as well, so it'll be fairly busy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but I had a crazy good time last time.
Yeah. That'll be Adventure's final stop. So there's usually with that, people are getting off the ship less on their final day.
So I don't think so. I think that's her.
It's a Saturday, right?
I think that's her first stop.
Is she with us on Friday?
It's a Sunday.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you're
think
right, it
probably
is a
her first
Sunday.
stop.
I think
Never
it's her
mind.
first stop on that next cruise because I was looking at it today.
Whoopsies. Ignore what I just said.
Yeah, she leaves the 12th, and we're there the 13th. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Just kidding then.
So, but
Yeah, I was
either
gonna
way,
say.
we'll be with Adventure. So it's not like us being there with a Freedom class or another Oasis class.
Wonder.
But still, it'll still be an extra almost 5,000 people there for sure.
I can't wait to see the first time Utopia and Wonder line up together.
That'll
it's a
be crazy.
It's a very common occurrence for the 3-4 night cruises to meet up in Coco. It's very frequent. Back when it was Indy and Freedom a lot.
And Freedom was there every time we were there. It was kind
Literally,
of insane.
Out of like the 11 or 12 times that I've been to Coco Cay, I think I've seen Freedom there at least 6 times. It's crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know if I've seen it on the schedule yet, but it's bound to happen, and it's going to be insane.
Yeah.
You guys do have to be on the lookout. Speaking of cruise news, this is breaking news in the Bahamas. There's a pilot boat at Coco Cay now. Little maritime nerd showing up.
I heard. We will definitely
I
be on the
want the
lookout.
video footage, Justin. No one
Is it
has
gonna be you?
So, if my friend Justin could get it,
I got you, Tyler.
number
I will
one.
film the pilot boat in Coco.
I did see a question earlier in the
appreciated.
chat about pilot connections and watching the sailways from the bridge. Do you want to hook us up, Tyler?
Oh, Captain Zach. Oh, he always be asking about who he can get in contact with. That guy.
No, it's not something that
Jeez.
regular people can just do on the whim. I've gotten many comments. on
Correct.
that. Forget it.
Yeah.
Correct. Only us professional maritime content creators.
That's right.
Twit
Me
card.
and
You
Tyler,
need a Twit card,
professional
too.
maritime content creators.
No Twit
Like
card,
that one-
no access.
The one SpongeBob meme where he's like with the name tag that says professional idiot.
That's us.
That's us.
Whoa, Justin, you can't say that. If you say that, well, you can't get any more professional events. So we're professionals.
We're very
We're-
professionals. And one of my
We're
contacts in
professional
Fort Lauderdale said
professionals, folks.
October, I'm going to be good to go again. So thank God I'm moving down there.
We're so professional that we now have our own affiliate links to book your next cruise, by the way.
That's true.
right,
I gotta work on that. I haven't posted it yet, and she's probably pissed, but it's okay.
It's fine.
Well, shameless plug,
Whatever.
folks. If you want to support the podcast, support Brandon
Yes.
Barker, our great podcast weekly, and Jonathan Hirsch. They both have affiliate links for cruisingit.com or just cruising it.
Cruise-
Make sure you
Yeah,
check
mine
them
will
out.
be up at some point, but yes, there
Make
will
sure
be
I'm-
links.
It-
Well, Brandon's links are already up on his account.
Yeah.
Go check it out if you're interested in booking a cruise. Mine will be up at some point. Whatever, you get the idea.
I'm gonna find
Here's the
it
deal.
so I
If
can
you
at
guys
least
are
put it in the
going
chat
on a
for those
cruise
who need it.
just in general, look it through those guys, okay? They get a commission. It helps them, at the end of the day, produce more videos and go on more cruises, create more cruise content. And hey,
Yes.
here's the deal. Maybe one day we can finally have this podcast on a cruise. We always been talking about that, doing a live cruising podcast. Well, if we're able to go on more cruises, it might
It'll
just
happen.
So
It will
go
happen
ahead
one
and,
day, for sure.
I got our affiliate link there in the live chat, I believe, and in the description, I believe, will be pinned. If the producer, Mr. Brandon, will do that for us. So,
Yes, I got it going
All right.
now, just in case.
so we got another question for y'all about cruise ships here. Nassau, is the lineup going to be of any good, or is it just the normal weekend cruises like the Disney Wish? What are we expecting to see at the port of Nassau?
It's funny.
So,
it's the exact same lineup minus the. I think it's minus the Allure. It's the exact same lineup I had when I was on Utopia last year, including Venezia.
We'll have Wish there, which is your basic Canaveral weekend ship. We'll have the Elation, which, it's nothing crazy, but it'll be cool to see an older class of ship like that from Jacksonville. But like Brandon said, we'll also have the Venezia from New York. It'll be her first port from her New York cruise. She'll be in there with us. So it'll be us, Wish, Elation, and Venezia. So that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be cool. It'll be nice to see her again.
Yeah. Yes, I agree.
That's going to be awesome, guys. I know I'm always happy when I see different ships at Nassau. Unfortunately, I always get the Disney Wish, which is not a bad thing. Brand new ship.
She's there every day.
I'm not complaining.
I mean, it's not very, it's very repetitive, if you will, here. So, folks, we are getting closer to the, ending of our stream here. You want to do rapid fires now, or want to wait a little bit?
Yeah, let's do rapid fire.
Let's go for it. I mean, we kind of
Anything you
touched
want to
on
add,
everything.
Brandon? Okay.
Yeah, we've
Yep,
been over
okay.
like embarkation, what we're doing in each port, that type of thing.
Yeah.
You know,
We're
I
on the
think
basic weekend cruise,
Yeah.
Nassau, Cocoa back. We'll be with Adventure in Cocoa. And, it's basically your basic 3-night weekend cruise.
So yeah, if you want to turn it to the chat here with a couple questions,
Yeah.
just keep it related to Utopia, of course. We don't want to get too far off topic on
Right.
things like that.
That's
But yeah.
right. That's right. We don't want to be yapping about Galveston, and no, we don't want to talk about that. Keep it to the Utopia of the seas, folks.
And how Galveston's
let's-
not getting an icon class.
Classic.
Oh, don't say that to the people. People are upset about that. People think they're getting an icon class here in Galveston tomorrow, and it's like, guys, it's at least at the minimum.
You're getting icon at
years.
best. You'll
2028.
you'll get one eventually, but you're getting icon at best. I'll say that.
Someone today on YouTube, this was the
You're not
funniest
getting
thing.
hit,
Someone on YouTube said, "We're getting the Star of the Seas here."
No, you're not.
That's what I said. I'm like,
I've been
"Hey,
told
You're getting
no way."
Harmony. Give me a
there
break.
there is zero intention of moving Star out of Canaveral ever at this time.
At this point, yeah, for sure.
Someone
think
goes, "But it's a 25% chance that it will happen." I'm like, okay, but that's
25%.
25% chance. Nah.
So at least my prediction, the likely scenario, what comes out of icon number 4, is that it's going to double up and run the Sunday sailings out of Miami, where usually a Oasis class has been doing it along with icon. That it's either going to be that, or it replaces icon on Saturdays and icon moves over to Galveston. That's Galveston's best case scenario. Galveston's unfortunately just not a big enough market for Royal Caribbean like it is for Carnival. There's a reason Carnival does it, because they do well out of there, but it's not as big of a market for Royal Caribbean themselves, so they're not willing to put a brand new ship over there.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think it'll be more double up in Miami or Port Canaveral, whatever it is, and Oasis, or not Oasis, Wonder or Utopia will be the one to go to Galveston, because I think are they getting Symphony, or are they sticking with
Symphony.
Harmony? I know Allure's
Correct.
Yeah. So I
We're
think
getting
they'll get
Allure
either
back
Wonder
and
or Harmony
Symphony.
or Utopia at one point before they get an icon class.
I wouldn't be surprised
Correct,
if
yeah.
Utopia went over there at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, so that's kind of what Galveston is, right? As you said, we're kind of getting the handy downs. It's again, I think at the bare minimum, as you said, icon coming is probably the most likely option at the end of 4 years. I can see it happening because Galveston is the closest port to Perfect Day Mexico, so I could see that. That's
Yeah.
it. That's the only thing.
Absolutely.
And that's a
probably
big,
the only reason why I
that's a
see
big
Icon
thing
coming here.
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
I do think with, Royal does see a lot of growing potential in Galveston, so it's not that they don't want to put one there at all. It's just more of they don't see it enough to put icon number 4 there. So
Yeah.
I think you're going to get icon, but you're going to get a icon class, more likely icon, but I don't think you'll get anything brand new there.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting 100% to see what we get here. Again, Utopia could happen. Icon could happen here. So we'll go on some more Utopia of the Seas questions here. Are there anything specific you guys are looking forward to? Of course, Brandon, you've been on Utopia, going back and re-experiencing again, or anything that you're really set in stone as like a must-do while on board.
I mean, I guess for me, I'm excited to see. I mean, it's pretty funny, but I'm excited to see the enclosed solarium, which is different from the Oasis class that I've been on before. Harmony, Oasis, and Allure and stuff. I'm excited to see. Again, this might be stupid, but I'm excited to see that different aqua theater back part. They got that like fiberglass, plastic, whatever you want to call it, that surrounds the aft of the ship.
Yeah, you
That'll
haven't
be
been on
pretty
any of these
cool.
new ones.
I haven't, so it'll be cool to see that. Obviously I didn't sail on Star, but I saw Star for a few hours. So I'm excited to see the updated windjammer that kind of surrounds the whole boardwalk type area. That's pretty cool. And just the updates that they've done since Harmony. Because even though Harmony is like the second generation of Oasis class, it's basically the Oasis with a different solarium. Even Symphony is more different than Harmony, in terms of that stuff. So I think Harmony is similar to Oasis, so it really wasn't that different when I went on it. So I'm really excited to see the updated version of the Oasis class in terms of little things like that.
Right. Especially because Oasis did get renovated and has a lot of the newer stuff, but like our last Oasis class ship we went on was Oasis, so we're going from the oldest to the newest.
Yes, and I'm very excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful ship, the Utopia of the Seas. I prefer it. I believe both of you, Justin, have you done the Wonder?
I have not. I've only done Oasis, Allure, and Harmony.
Okay, okay. Out of all of them, I do prefer the Utopia over the Wonder. Something odd about that ship. I don't know what it is. I can't really put a grasp on it, what it is, but it's not my favorite ship. But I do love, personally, if I have to go back to any ship, I love Harmony and Symphony. I think those are my favorites. Again, I'm interested to see what you guys think once you complete all the class, which I have,
Yeah.
I would rather sail on the Harmony than the Utopia, but that's just because I like some of the smaller tweaks. Again, little things.
And I feel like I'm the same way. I feel like I would agree with you. Obviously, I haven't done Harmony or Utopia just yet. I will in a few days. But I think I'm with you. I think from what I've heard from Brandon and from other people, I think you're right. I mean, the newer things on Utopia is great. I think it's fantastic. The little tweaks they've done here and there. But I think I'm with you. I think I like the original Oasis class better than what they've done with the newer ones. I just like, I don't know if it's just a nostalgia thing and the way they've done, growing up. I had that impression put on me or whatever, but
yeah,
I'm excited to try Utopia, but I think I'm a fan of the older Oasis class versus the newer ones.
I think Oasis.
So we'll see. I'll let you know next Wednesday.
Oasis is still my favorite.
Roger.
I would say Oasis is still my favorite. Mostly, I think like Wonder and Utopia are like, the best on paper. But like for me, like it's more, it really does kind of come down to, the railings. Like I can't really see through the ship without having to look through glass. Because there's no bridge wings to set out on. There's high glass all over the place. Like I said, you have to be like 6'7" almost to like be able to see over some of the glass railings.
Unless you're my brother, you're screwed.
Right, exactly. Like, it's like it's one of those like, does it really matter? No. But at the same time, like, I mean, I'd like to not look through the glass. Like to look forward, you have to go into the solarium and you have to look through the glass. There's no bridge wings or anything like that. And it's a safety thing. I get it. Like people are wild. They jump. But so it's
no kidding.
So like it is a safety thing. I get why they do it. But I feel more connected when I'm able to see out with a clear view. And also just the actual access to the bridge wings too. In Oasis,
speaking of people
full
jumping
range.
Yeah, that's a big thing I'm gonna miss on Utopia is those bridge wings. Mm-hmm. It was a nice feature. I wish some of the other class of ships had it for sure.
For sure.
Speaking of jumping, y'all see the story about the guy who jumped off the Raspity? I think it was
to avoid like a $17,000 bill. What a clown, dude! What a clown.
Bro racked up
$16,000
in the casino.
And then he said, I'm out.
Good Lord.
So funny.
What a crazy story that was. I was like, really? No way. I mean, all reasons to jump, as you could have, and then he thought he could get away with it too. It was just hysterical.
And he had like his brother's government ID on him and everything like that. It was like, what is this guy doing?
Dude, it's wild. How do you rack up that kind of bill on a cruise? Come on.
Yeah, right.
The story was he had his brother's ID on him, but his brother was like locked up. Like, so it's like, why do you just have this guy's ID?
So this is just messed up from the beginning.
There's so much wrong with this scenario. But yeah. Well, now it's in Puerto Rico, so he might be just hanging out with his brother. So
that's where he might be. You never know. Maybe I'll do that. You never know.
I see in the chat. So I see a couple about our future cruise. We might as well touch on that since we're not really getting too many Utopia related questions. But any non-royal cruises booked? I have a couple. I mean, yes, we do. So I'll be sailing on Grandiosa in January. That one's with Caleb, who I sailed on Star with. And then we also have a big Pookies cruise on the Norwegian Luna, though, coming up. That was in April. Very excited for that one.
Exciting.
That's going to be the second full 7-night sailing out of Miami on the Luna.
Yes, and then I have nothing confirmed at the moment, but like we said earlier in the podcast, I am getting married in March of next year. And we're going to Disneyland for our honeymoon. Whether a short Disney cruise is involved in that, I can't confirm at this point. But it's in the process, so we'll see. But other confirmed stuff, only Luna at this point, non-royal related. Other than that, we just have Allure.
Unless we can loop you in on Wonder.
That's true.
That is a possibility.
You never know.
That is a possibility.
That could be possible.
We don't really know yet, but there's a chance.
Yes, but confirmed, if you want to call it, Luna, and then besides Utopia, Luna in whenever we're going, and then Allure next winter. For now, it was supposed to be Star this month, but I don't have $3,500 to spend on a cruise, so we moved it to Allure next winter out of Miami, some random Western Caribbean or whatever it is. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I see the question about our Celebration cruise. That's actually what we are doing in place of Celebration is the Luna.
Yes, it's canceled. Screw Carnival. Screw you guys.
Part of it was just I love Carnival, and I hate to not sail with them. Like, I enjoy them. I think their ships are nice. You know, some of their business decisions lately have just not been very good, especially as a consumer. I don't feel like I don't.
They're
really
idiots.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. They don't invite me to events anyways, but they're making horrible executive decisions right now.
You know, when you do the math, you got to spend $30,000 to maintain my platinum status that I've been at for years. It was kind of shot in the foot for me. You know, it was kind of a gut punch. I was like, why? If I'm being realistic, though, like as much as it sucks, like, oh, I got to spend all this money to be platinum. The platinum benefits were not good either. The platinum and their benefits in the first place were not very good for their loyalty program. So let's keep it completely honest there. The benefits weren't even good in the first place, but now you got to spend a lot of money to get bare minimum benefits. So there's that. And it was also a very expensive cruise to go on a ship that's very old. We are actually paying less to go on the 2-week-old Norwegian Luna than we were to do the 5-year-old Celebration. So,
it's insane. And it really is.
And with Luna, we have specialty dining included. We have Wi-Fi included, a shore excursion credit, and the free drink package. We got a whole lot included on a brand new ship instead of nothing on a brand new or a 5-year-old ship. So there's a lot that went into it. A little bit it was, Carnival's recent decisions, with their loyalty program and how they're handling Celebration Key and all sorts of random stuff. But, I mean, again, I like Carnival. I've always cruised with them a lot, and I hate to not cruise with them. I'd love to sail in the Festival. They got the Firenze coming over to Miami. I'd love to do that, but as of right now, I just don't feel like I really want to cruise with them at the moment with what they've been doing as a business. But if you like Carnival, go with them. I'm not saying you shouldn't cruise with Carnival. People have their loyalty to their stuff like that.
Right.
I mean, there's no reason to go for or against it. I personally just, as of right now, I don't want to cruise with them at the moment. As much as I love their ships, I would like to go on their ships. As of right now, I just don't want to.
It's a shame. It really is because
I'd love
not that Carnival offers anything extravagant, especially with their older ships, but their ships are classic in terms of my
I love
views.
their ships.
They're great. The ships themselves, if you look at them in a vacuum, the ships are great.
The fact that I got to pay
they have a different, whatever you want to call it. I'm just not a fan of it.
The nail in the coffin for me, the nail in the coffin was the fact that I got to pay $3 to get a freaking donut. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
A donut. And the donuts are not good on any ship. It's not exclusive to Carnival.
Did you hear yesterday the
Royals
news
donuts,
that they were promoting?
Uh-oh.
You had the news yesterday about sunscreen flavored ice cream. Give me a
Oh, they got
break.
better. They got bigger
me a
issues. to
break.
take
Sunscreen
care of.
flavored ice cream? What is
Yeah,
that?
it's disgusting. But yeah, like donuts on any ship are not good. Royals donuts suck. MSC's donuts suck. Carnival's donuts suck. But the fact that I got to pay $3 for a sucky donut, no, thank you.
Honestly, Royals used to be good until they started charging them on the newer Oasis class. On Oasis, when we went in 2011, they were fantastic. They were so good. So whatever.
Yeah, Royal changed.
but,
a
like,
lot
they
of their
have, like-
recipes. I agree.
I remember on Utopia last year, I'm hoping they have them again. I remember on Utopia last year, they had donuts, like, they were, like, really good donuts. They were covered in chocolate. They had you had the options of getting, like, M&Ms covered on them. They had, like, the cookies and cream, like, the Oreo crunch crumbles on them. Like, they had they had, like, a variety of different, like, a whole thing, like, a big case of them, and you could just go in and pick which one you want. And they were all very
And that's
good.
crazy because when
Star
I
was
did
like that.
Allure the first time, like when did we go? August of 2017, I think. They had a crepe cart, if you want to call it, in the buffet almost every day, and you could just get Oreos, M&Ms, chocolate, whatever. Just like in the buffet, it was free. You could just go up there and be like, "Hey, I want this," and they
Right.
make it. And I don't remember them having that on either of the other two Allure cruises we did. So that's interesting. I hope Utopia has that because, like, I'll take anything Oreo related. I'll take it.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, it's a shame because I like Carnival and I like their ships a lot, and I'd like to go on some of these. Trust me, I'm dying to go on Festival. I'm probably gonna go on Project Ace. I'd love to go on it for what it stands for. It's an incredible looking ship, from what I've been shown. But at the same time, I also want to at least be get semi decent benefits for being there because I've been cruising with Carnival since the original Jubilee. And I'd like to
Right.
not
And
pay $3 for a freaking donut and some churros.
Right, and it's not so much the ships themselves. The ships themselves, if you look
Everything
at the
costs
ships
money
themselves
now
in
on
a
their
vacuum,
ships.
they're fantastic. It's just the way the company's being run right now. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but you know what? Screw it. The company being run right now is horrible. The newer ships are fantastic, and the upper management needs to be changed because the newer ships are great, and they're just not marketing them and selling them the way they should be. It just is what it is,
Right. You're getting nickel and dimed, which Carnival used to be the only
Right.
company that didn't do that. And I
They
get
didn't do it. Now they're
part of
nickel and
it's-
diming more than the other cruise lines are.
it's so bad. And I get it. Part of it is the COVID debt. A lot of their COVID debt from the loans and everything like that they took out during COVID, they're coming to term. So they've got a lot of money that they got to spend. So their financials are about to get completely washed. So it's not going to be fun for them over the next couple years. But at the same time, they're passing the buck on to us, is what it is.
And it's BS. I'll be honest with you. It's
I could do a whole
ridiculous.
podcast on this. I don't want
Celebration.
to.
We could, and we won't because it'd be horrible.
Carnival would be pissed if we did, but they're probably not happy we're even
fee.
talking about it. Yes, you got to pay
You know what,
$16
forget-
for
Carnival. You have a lot of things to fix right now. Screw you guys.
$16 for a cheeseburger on an island when you've got guys burgers on board for free. Nah.
And the other cruise lines are free on the other lines, food and drink package. You guys charge for drinks on the private island.
But
What?
Not only that, but the drinks there do count towards your daily limit, though, even though you're paying for them.
Just even more ridiculous than not including the drink package. So you know
I
what?
just want to
you
know.
guys.
I want to know whose idea that was, because I want to know what they were smoking, because it must have been pretty dang good. Because
It must have really- I
I
wanna
don't know
smoke
what
what
the
they're
hell they were
smoking.
thinking.
Yeah.
But
In the famous words of Eric Cartman, "Screw you guys, I'm going home."
I'm
Here
going
you
to
guys, I'm going home. That's right. You know what? That's
I'm
right.
going to Royal.
I
Yeah.
have no problem with any cruise line, Carnival. I think your newer ships are great. Even your
I
older
love 'em.
ships, I think they're fantastic.
I love 'em.
I
Yeah,
work
they're great
there
ships. I'll
every
agree.
4 days. But you know what?
I love them. I've
You have
been
a lot of upper management stuff that needs to be sorted out, and it's BS what you're doing. So you know what? Screw you guys.
I like this rant. But
I've
no,
had it. I've had it.
Again, I've been on 26 Carnival cruises. I love Carnival to death. I love them. But I just don't like how they're operating the company right now. They're
Nope.
literally passing the buck onto the consumer right now, and it's not. I don't think, as a consumer, I don't like that. And
I don't.
we live in a free market society where we, as a consumer, can do whatever the heck we want to do. So I'm not going to go on a company that's going to pass the buck on to me. You got to do better.
You have a lot of things to fix right now, Carnival. You were the number one cruise line, whatever you want to call it. You had the most ships, whatever you want to call it. You're tanking, and it's not good. You might have the numbers you're looking for right now. That's because you're loyal Carnival cruisers, whatever they want to call them. But you know what?
How many
In
are
general,
left?
you guys are effing up big time.
There's a lot of people, metaphorically, of course, jumping ship to MSC already from Carnival.
Yeah,
And I don't blame
Even
them.
to Royal.
MSC.
I hate Carnival. Screw Carnival. I love Carnival. I think their ships are great. I wish
That's the
they'd bring the
thing.
Carnival Dream to Florida. Whatever the case is, but the way your company's being run is just not great right now. It's not good. It's not good. Just
We're gonna have to end
please.
the podcast.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Podcast
No,
is
no.
called
They
Celebration
don't want to
Feed.
invite me to stuff. You know what? I get it. But you know what? You're getting this from a consumer's point of whatever you want to call it. I'm being honest with you.
I will state this: there's
Not
a great
speaking as
feature
a-
on YouTube. You can trim the podcast back, so we can't edit this out.
No, we ain't trimming nothing. I've had
It's out
enough
there.
of this. We ain't trimming nothing.
No, but I'm
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
speaking more. I'm speaking more as a consumer than a content creator right now.
Yeah. We don't get free stuff from Carnival. So me and Brandon and Tyler's
I don't
opinions
get free stuff from anybody.
are worth something.
They
I don't
don't
get
give
free
me
stuff from
anything.
anybody.
They don't like me.
That's true. We don't get free stuff from anyone. So
Yeah.
That
so
cruise is
our
it.
opinions are worth something at this point.
But yeah. Anyways, we're here to talk about Utopia.
Anywho, hey,
But anyways, we're
you know
going on
what? In
Utopia
2
Friday.
weeks-
I can't wait.
We're gonna see the Carnival
2
Glory
weeks
and me giving
time,
the
guys.
one finger salute as we go by. Apparently.
Glory and freedom. We were booked on
Hello.
both.
I can't
2
believe
weeks
they haven't
time,
fixed
guys.
the
We
funnel.
gotta do a carnival episode.
Yes, we will eventually.
Oh
we will.
God! After that, how this was the last 5 minutes. Oh God!
Sorry, but anyways, we're going in Utopia on Friday, and we're super excited. So
I'm very excited for
stay
it.
tuned.
If there's any additional questions here in the next minute about Utopia, then we'll answer them. But other than that, I mean, I'm very, very excited. I've never seen Justin so lively on a podcast.
Whatever, dude. You know what? I'm just speaking my mind.
You piss him off, you'll start talking.
You know what they say: when you speak your mind,
Whatever.
you tell no lies.
I don't get free stuff from them anyway, so you know what? Screw them.
Yeah. Again, we don't get free stuff from anybody, but
From anyone.
No.
And not even
our opinions
MS.
are worth something.
MSC gives free stuff out to everybody but us.
Brandon
Not
really
us.
pissed him off with his Seascape cruise, so if
Yeah,
you want an
I'm
honest
so upset
opinion
about
about
that.
MSC, go to Brandon.
I like MSC. I like them. They may not like me after that Seascape. Hey, I just filmed the line snapping. That's their fault for not preparing.
Hey, they should have tightened their ship up to the pier, screw them.
right. But no, I mean, I like MSC a lot. I think they have room for improvement. If they make those small improvements, they're going to take the industry by storm. They are, but they're going to completely take off if they do continue to improve the way they are. MSC's fantastic. There's small things they got to start working on, but overall, I mean, they're gonna be doing well here in the next couple years, especially once the World Atlantic gets here to Canaveral and they've got 3 ships here.
It's going to
Good
be
luck.
insane.
Good luck to everybody else. I mean,
Yeah.
and they're
Everyone
only
else, good
leveraging
luck.
the new ships. They're only leveraging the new ships here. If they want to put
And,
the old stuff here,
right. And I'm big on American companies, whatever you want to call them, Royal, Carnival, Norwegian, but MSC, they're the World America, they are on their way, man. I'll just leave it at that. You better watch out.
I think World America fixed a lot of the issues that they had coming up to that point. I think they improved. They basically said, okay, these are a few things that we need to work on. So they did exactly that on World America. And then they've got a class coming out after the World class that's going to be even bigger than Icon. So God knows what that's going to be like. I don't think they're going to be a direct competitor as much as they like to act like it. They're not a direct competitor to Royal Caribbean. But right now they're stealing a lot of Carnival's clientele that are upset. So, and
Yeah.
I don't know about Norwegian. I don't think, quality-wise, Norwegian's still better. I think, ship size and ships, and stuff like that, MSC's maybe a little bit better. But like quality-wise, you're getting top quality, I think, on Norwegian. So,
Yeah.
And that's kind of what MSC needs to work on, is just kind of the overall quality. My room on Seascape was dirty. That's kind of unacceptable. But at the same time, their customer service was fantastic. They had the room cleaned and the issue fixed within 5 minutes, and they gave me a free bottle of champagne.
Hey, fantastic. Great,
All I asked was that they, take care of the issue. They had it done in minutes, and then gave us something else on top of that. So,
Right. So, with all that being said, going back to Utopia, we're going on Utopia Friday. It's a weekend cruise. Yes. Nassau Saturday, Coco Cay Sunday. We're with Venezia, Elation, and Wish and Coco. Or in Nassau. We're with Adventure and Coco. We're back in Port Canaveral, so we're excited. Me and Brandon will both have videos from on our individual YouTube pages of Utopia. Mm-hmm. If you're interested, stay tuned. And Tyler, thank you so much for being our host, because Dimitri just had his little, I got to work on the streets in Tampa, which have never been done yet. He has to deal with his little thing.
He's being educated.
He's educated. He said, I'm working on the roundabout on Starkey Road, let alone it's been like this for 10 years and nothing's been happened. So you know what? Screw you, Dimitri.
Screw you. I'm going home.
Good stuff.
So other than that, we're excited.
Yes.
If you're interested in seeing our adventures, stay tuned. Next week, the following week, whatever it is, in a week or two, you'll see videos from our channels.
Yes.
And that's really it. We're super excited.
Yep. Next week we get the full review. Today was just a preview and kind of talking about the upcoming cruise and ranting about other things as well. But next week we actually go into the actual cruise and kind of talk about our experiences on board. Whether or not things have changed.
Week from today, be ready.
Yep. If things change better for worse since the last time I was on board, that type of thing. So next week we'll have an even better one and hopefully stay a little bit more on topic. But that's okay.
Yep. And then we'll have our basic
week, I'll put you guys, if Dimitri ain't here, I'll put you guys back on track. I'll whip you guys around. Go back and forth. But it was a pleasure, y'all being back on the show. Glad I got things kind of working to a point here in Texas. Yeah. So this will happen a lot more. I know some people in the chat were glad to see my return. So hopefully everyone enjoyed having
We're happy to have you back, Tyler. Genuinely.
Oh, I will be back. Yep, absolutely, guys. Thank you so much for having me on. A little update on my half. Follow me on the Cruise Junkie on all platforms. I'm there. So
yes,
the Tyler Show is no more. The Tyler Show is no more. So I will sit down.
No more. So follow the Cruise Junkie on every social media. Follow Cruising Is Life or Brandon Barker on every social media. And then follow Justin Hirsch Cruising on everything. You'll be happy you joined. Trust us.
Yes.
Us three are the best cruise content creators out there. So subscribe, follow, whatever you want to call it. And we will see you next week for our post-cruise review.
Yes. And use our affiliate links to book your next cruise with cruisesit.com.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Brandon's is already live. I got to post mine to make it live, but you get the idea. So check out Brandon, check out mine, and that's the story. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching and listening.
Good night.